Hi, everybody. Uh, Looks like things are finally working. I don't know if any of you guys were here yesterday, but we had a bit of a touch and go stream. At least at the beginning, things seemed to stabilize kind of at the end. But it turns out that, like, most of New York City's internet got slow, which is a hard thing to try and fix when it's the ISP messing with it and not me. Anyway, I figure we should head into the game here. And oop, there we go. This isn't Gramercy. This is not my long-term project city, because unfortunately, that we decided the frame rate doesn't really necessarily hold up for a live stream, especially when advertising the game. Just because that's got like hundreds of assets, and I think like hundreds of thousands of people living in there. Because I've got a realistic population mod installed, so I figured right now we'd go and do something Gramercy adjacent, but maybe not necessarily Gramercy. Well, not maybe not necessarily, definitely not Gramercy for right now. So actually just aligning some of these railroad tracks. And if you guys are familiar at all with the Northeast, you'll know that there are, well, there's this very, very well used giant electrified quad track railroad corridor. I'll leave it up there. I'm going to be mostly focused down here anyway. So what we're doing is kind of along the it's going to be along the rail line to Gramercy. So I think Gramercy's probably in this direction out here, and more rural and mountainous. This is kind of I know this is going to sound ridiculous when I say it, but like New Jersey, maybe like slightly upstate New York equivalent, or maybe Pennsylvania doesn't really make sense, but this is probably like, I don't know, the mountains. Maybe the mountains aren't quite canonical with the rest. Yikes! We've got some roller coaster bridges here, so I'm just gonna fix these. So I actually just whipped up this map and whole thing today, in anticipation for this, because I decided it'd be a really cool sort of thing to build. I don't know if you guys watched earlier today out on my YouTube channel. Just search B. Skylines or City Skylines Gramercy. And yeah, it's. I made a video today. Well, I made it months ago, but I released a video today with the help of Do Not Eat, who is another video creator and mod person with an eye towards history and trying to get realism through viewing the historic and political processes that built cities. So I decided, why not do a nice railroad suburb for Gramercy? So this would be the giant quad-tracked northeast corridor equivalent. I've got a big highway coming through. This actually obviously came in a little later. And we've got the old access road, which will make our nice little downtown. So I figured right here is probably our best bet to really get things working. Yeah, means everybody all okay with that? I hope so. Just think it would probably be very fun. And as well, just chill. There's a much better frame rate on a more empty map with this mod load going. So nice big plot of land. It's gonna be fun to try and tackle some suburbs, I guess, which I've never really done before. So I really want to try and make this with an eye towards the history of the city here. So that's kind of, we'll say that's kind of where we're starting from. So right here, obviously, this flat straight track piece is going to be where we start the town. Of course, everything in this game's got to be built off roads. So I think in town, this kind of central former main road is probably, oh, look at that, perfect 2 blocks. So we're starting off, and this is something I talked about with the railroad suburbs in the video with Do Not Eat. You're going to want a pretty dense core in here. I'm actually going to do it at like 1.5 in the middle of town. That's actually slightly wrong. Hey, Empire Street. That's thematic for Gramercy and for New York. You cannot believe how many things are named like that. Ah, I missed again. Trying to get this with a gap of 4. There we go. Perfect. I see somebody asked, presumably about when the internet goes bad. Not often. It just, of course, happened to happen at the absolute worst time. So, but there's really, unfortunately, not a lot you can do about it. It's very frustrating for sure, but it's kind of just the way things go with trying to stream. And of course, it happened like literally we were working last night, and thanks to Blondie for helping me out, because it's just incredibly. It was super late their time over in Stockholm, and I'm like, it's not working. I need help. Like, everything looks good on my end, when clearly the stream was like falling apart. So they absolutely helped me out quite a lot. By the way, I think this is gonna be the train station we're using. I think it's actually technically European, but it looks about right. Looks sort of the right age. And I'm gonna use 2 of these side by side. And of course, we're elevating the train, which means we're gonna be doing some terraforming and all sorts of other fun stuff. I'm gonna keep them. No, I'm gonna reverse them. So I'm using the Move It mod to copy and paste buildings, and I'll place them outside the area. You know what? I like that. The inner tracks are like express or something. So that'll be nice. So there's a very specific reason why I just clipped these tracks and things through. It's so that I can eventually, and by eventually I mean now, get at this stuff with elevation. So definitely want to do elevated train tracks through this sort of more downtown area. Obviously, it's not going to be some huge skyscraper city. We're just doing a nice, quaint sort of suburb. But one thing I wanted to do as well is, instead of just elevating the trains straight up and letting the roads kind of sit there, I actually want to... Oh, whoops. I've missed a piece of train track underneath. There we go. I actually want to scoot these guys down a little bit. Just like... It's like half elevated, because elevating trains is expensive. So I feel like the railroad here probably decided to save a couple bucks, maybe elevate it only part way. And that, of course, will let me drop down the road underneath. And it's just going to provide some interesting height dynamics. It's a little steep. I think hopefully that'll still kind of steep, but maybe don't know if there's much we can do about that. Here, we could do that on each side. There we go. And of course, in the middle here, we need to take these 4 and drop them down. So we're doing pretty well so far. There we go. So right now we have our nice little station square kind of already. Really looks the part, in my opinion. We're going to need to build our little berm here. So train tracks are going to be slightly elevated, though still on the ground. I'm using the one-way train tracks mod. One-way train tracks, of course, are in the game. It's just that... Here, how tall are you? Just not tell me. 8 meters. Cool. One-way train tracks are in the game when you have the mass transit expansion, I believe. But I'm using an older mod version just because... Honestly, it's because it's what I'm used to. So that's what we got. Perfect. So we've got our train tracks that kind of come in off the berm here. We're going to do this. Kind of delicately. Well, I tried. Delicately slope it down. Maybe going to try that one again. It seems to have decided to ignore the straight slope requirement I asked very kindly for it to do. Ian Weiss, welcome. Says he joined late. This isn't Gramercy, is it? No, it's not. Gramercy is just unfortunately a little bit too laggy to use. So I'm doing a suburb of Gramercy. actually, but a railroad suburb. And of course, if you'd like to know more about that, check out that video I released earlier today and be entertained, I guess. I mean, be wowed by transit, or be wowed by urban history, which, honestly, why wouldn't you be wowed by urban history? It's pretty amazing. I think I'm going to try and turn this into the world's most awkward little tunnels. We are going to use Move It to fix some of this later. Yeah. Hi, Mark. Welcome. Yeah, this is kind of unexpected. You can thank bad internet service providers for really messing with my jam yesterday and not working. Mr. Cowenho, well, glad you made it at the beginning. Honestly, so my sort of stream policy for whether they go up on the channel afterwards or not has always been, if the stream comes out good, if I drop connections, if I'm talking all the time about how bad the connection is and anything, then I'm not going to do it. But it seems like things are going pretty well so far. So I'm happy with it. And there's a pretty good chance that this will end up on the channel as a VOD. Connie asks, what is this based off of? I don't know. I don't know. But it's sort of based off of somewhere in New Jersey, I think. Obviously, the huge mountains don't really scream New Jersey. But, I don't know. Looks cool. So, I'm all for it. We're going to just move these symmetrically. We'll say that the railroad, which I think at this point would be the Keystone Railroad, invested kind of a lot into this area. Maybe they thought it was as cute as I do. Let's try and tweak this stuff to make it a little straighter. We can pull this back. It's looking okay. I feel like I can do a little better though. This frame rate after watching FBS, yeah. So for those who don't know, and for those who are curious about City Skylines, when you play it extremely heavily modded, like I do, you can run into a handful of small frame rate problems where, like, I don't think I've hit 30 FPS in Gramercy in such a long time. Man, this is not turning out 100% like how I'd expect it to, but it's not so bad. When do we run the trains? Pretty soon. We'll get trains running pretty soon. But I'm trying to do maybe a little less, regular here, because I'm really trying to build in some history. I mean, I say maybe let's do it a little less regular, and I immediately cap it off almost the exact same way as the other side of the street. But that's just kind of how we're doing things. Over here, so this area, because it's on the water, imagine there's probably at one point a secondary rail line coming off. But now, of course, it's all going to be parking lots for servicing the train station. So I'm just going to do a couple irregular blocks here. And we can think about running some things down towards the coast. But it's actually pretty steep. Yeah, so I'm sorry about the late night for everybody over in Europe. We wanted to make sure that I streamed something, and unfortunately, this was the only time that seemed good. And of course, for me in New York City, it's not so bad. So I apologize for that, but this should be up as a VOD unless things start to really suck. in which case they won't be, but you won't have missed much because things would have started to really suck. So that, of course, is if it starts to suck, like frame rate wise. No, actually, I'm gonna do. No, I really want street parking here. Do I have the like neighborhood street? Yes, perfect. Neighborhood street, and of course, it doesn't have any trees because I've got a tree removal mod. Oh well. Let's say Main Street just got repaved recently. So I'm going to be trying to use this, put into practice some of the things I was talking about earlier today in my video with Do Not Eat. So this track, or this road out here, I'm thinking maybe once we had a streetcar line or something, which would be pretty fun to do. I don't think it'll be a streetcar now, just because I think the town's a little small for it. But obviously, it's trying to build it as if there was one here in the past. So if you guys follow me at all, you'll probably know that I'd like to try at least a little bit to include some history in mine. If you're really interested in that sort of stuff, I might not be the guy, because I do take a fair few guesses and things. But come on, are you gonna intersect? Let's actually try and get an intersection here. Snapping and don't bend. How weird. Let's try this a different way. And perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. Because you'll actually come in, right? Just like this. And you'll go near enough to like that. So this is going to be kind of our streetcar, sort of streetcar suburb kind of thing. Kind of, you want to really build radially around here, just because that's how people lived. We can start increasing the size of the blocks maybe as we get slightly farther away. Again, trying to keep things sort of irregular. I mean, there was formerly like a little freight house here. Would make some sense. Again, more freight near the waterfront. And of course, this is going to be an extremely busy railroad line. So we need to figure out a way to get all these cars across without using level crossings, because it's just, you'd have to stop so much. And in this country, level crossings have a very restrictive speed limit on them for the trains. So yeah, so he's enjoying not having a level crossing. Of course, I am going to, unfortunately, by the way, for people who really are into this stuff and know what I'm going to be talking about, I am going to have to deal with freight on my Northeast corridor. There's not a tremendous amount I can do about that, just because that's the way it works. So let's say this alternate corridor kind of works. How's Gramercy coming along? It's coming along pretty well. I had a nice stream yesterday. I thought it went pretty well towards the end, but again, as we were talking earlier, my internet provider, who shall remain nameless, decided that they really didn't want me streaming yesterday. So it ended up being very late, but quite laggy. So this one's gonna kind of make up for that, I suppose, in some way. A little bit of a makeup stream. I think I titled it Take 2. No, I don't want that. I want just elevated. Is this a new series? Probably not. But with that said, I need to figure out my long-term kind of internet plans, because I'd love to have this little suburb be a streaming city. And I'm also trying to test out, and this might seem crazy, but less detailed building. So I don't necessarily feel like I have to always be cramming down every single prop individually, every single whatever. And after trying to stream Gramercy and realizing just how bad the frame rate truly is, whoops, wrong way, I began to think like, maybe it's time to figure out some ways that I can make this stuff a little more efficiently. So here we are. yeah, let me grab some more nodes and just try and level off a little bit more. Just 'cause I feel like I really don't want the kind of the center of town, the nice stuff, looking all bumpy. There we go. And I'll smooth that slope out. Yeah, I see people a little worried about less detail. Like, don't worry, it's not going to be no detail. But I don't know if you guys watch like Infrastructurist. I'm really kind of targeting, I guess. I'm looking at that sort of level of detail and hoping to rip him off 1-to-1. No, hoping to kind of use that much detail because it seems like he's got a very nice schedule. Like, I'm honest to God, I'm super jealous of his setup. Come on, I said straight slope. I said straight slope game. But I'm very jealous of his sort of thing, and he seems to be able to make stuff fast. So that's why I've been kind of experimenting with zoned buildings rather than plopping literally everything, though I still ended up plopping nearly everything. If you were watching the stream yesterday, there you go. That looks pretty nice. Oof, this does not look pretty nice. But yeah, currently reworking the area to divert the cars. Oh, cool. So yeah, I love everyone. Whenever I stream, I always hear all these cool things that are being built, all these public works projects and things. So that seems like a hell of a project that they've got to get managed. There we go. So that'll be nice and smooth and coming up. And we've got wonderful 4-track stations. Those bridge struts look cool. I don't quite know what you're talking about. Real quick though, it's time. I need to add some fake train traffic. And of course, oh no, we're getting everything to stop on this track. A bunch of fake train traffic. I really want to be able to manually control the types of vehicles to really get everything looking the way I want. So yes, how am I so good at this game? I'm not? Let's get 3. No, let's get 2 Acellas. On that, we're gonna make another line. This one's actually gonna stop on the inside tracks just to make things interesting. I'm trying to read some comments. I'm spoiled by that FBS stream where I had somebody else to read the comments for me. Anyway, we'll compromise. I'm reasonably good at this game. Just due to the fact that you just need to have a pretty good attention to detail. So you just need to figure out kind of, oh boy, those are all the vehicles that are cute. I'm like, why does this have doubled letters? But yeah, I see Jesse 101 says practice. Definitely a lot of practice. I see other people doing a bunch of other things. I mean, it's just, honestly, it's finding what you can rip off, like what you can use from other stuff. Haven't played Cities in around a year. Takes long preparing mods. It does. So time, honestly, is a big part of it. Okay, so that will take care of these. And I'm actually going to go back into my train thing. And this, which is my Amtrak one, I'm going to add 2 of these. And now I'm going to do one more train line, which will probably do the outside platforms as well. And this is just to make sure that my train stations get as much traffic as I can make them and get them to look pretty realistic if possible. So We're going to complete line. We're going to stop. We're going to remove all the queued vehicles because I don't want any of these. All your saves kind of broke. Well, hey, I mean, I'm just starting a new save right now, and it's so far, I'm into it. I think it's going to be really good. 2, 3, 4. So we'll get 4 CityLink regionals. Classic EMU, that is the wrong side of the thing. All right, perfect. So we've got our trains here. Wow, that's a hell of a maneuver. But sorting themselves out, we've got now using our train tracks. We have Acellas, we have Northeast Regional trains. We've got them derailing themselves. But hopefully these will filter themselves all through based on their speeds, based on track speeds and whatever, and give us a reasonably realistic pattern of service. Actually, you know what? Which is my Acela one? It's you, right? Yes. You're not going to stop. You're going to run express. Cancel. Cancel. Yeah, perfect. So those will run express, and that'll be pretty cool. And yeah, so there we go. We just saw Acela just go ripping right through. Unfortunately, just like real life. Oh no, look, he's on the other track. Is he going to catch him up? I'm actually going to, maybe that would work. Let's try this. I'm just kind of making things happen right now. Where is my high-speed passenger train? 200. Oh, it is faster. Yeah, cool. So this should pass. That'll be fun. You gonna make the pass? Or you're not gonna have enough track? We don't know. And obviously this is not really what we're here for. So, back to our little town, which is starting to shape up a little bit. I mean, kind of barely, not barely, because it's definitely shaping up. But, I don't know, we got some more stuff to do, including something I'm very, very scared to do. Freeway interchange. Not scared, but City Skylines, Fortnite, or PUBG map after Gramercy. Unfortunately, I don't think so. I do play Fortnite. Play it a lot. Not as much as I play this. But it's just, I don't know. I feel like that's something other people can do. Gramercy is something that, not to be like a big jerk, but like maybe something only I can do. Not only I. You know what? Hopefully you know what I mean. It's something that I feel like I could bring a unique perspective to, having been somebody who can make assets, being somebody who can talk to people and get mods made for them, and just this sort of thing. So what map is this? Crap. I was really expecting that answer or that question. I can't remember. And I'm so sorry to the creators. I think it's a more recent one by Hedice or Hedeche, or I don't know how you pronounce that name. I'm pretty sure it's a more recent one from her, but I'm not 100% sure. So there we go. So that's not a bad little undercrossing. We got a lot of space for things. Again, I'm just blocking out the whole grid here with these roads. So that lot, let's say that one was subdivided. We'll do an alleyway in there. Oops. We'll do an alleyway in there. That'll be fun. What map is the one I use for Gramercy? Spikerbrook Z, I believe. It's an old one by Zacharias. And I've just been using that map for forever. I have it heavily modified, though. So if you download it straight from the workshop, just be aware that it's probably not the exact map that you're looking for. You're not going to be able to be like, oh, this is blah, 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 blah. Because I've had to wedge it all around and try and make it fit and everything like that. So there we go. So this will be kind of our streetcar suburb. We can continue some of this alternate grid out just because I think it'll look pretty nice. Empire Street. It's very, very, very fitting. Yeah, I'm liking this. So you came through and you chopped that off at an angle. And then we'll have more railroad lands. Cool. This sort of thing. And we'll actually we could go back to this more rectilinear grid here. Trying to not necessarily avoid symmetry, but I want it to be. I want it to look organic, I suppose. I think I'm doing a pretty good job. I think really, maybe do that at like a slight angle. Because the idea is that you're trying to get as many people as possible to the train station. So that's kind of how things are shaped. Is going to be radially away from the station here. Oh, that's close enough. Mark Morris, never got to ask in the FBS finale live, what was it like to actually spend face-to-face time with the other guys? Honestly, it was a lot of fun. We ended up doing a lot of talking, a lot of planning and things. Nothing coming from that, but it's like, this is going to sound kind of strange, but I've actually been, really don't know how to word this, recognized in real life by somebody, I suppose. And I think he actually might be watching this. Miles, if you're watching, shoot me a message. That's a little steep. Let's do one tile farther back. But I end up at least a lot of the time spending a ton of time talking with my friend who recognized me in real life, I guess, as B. Squeichelhausen, as this modder for this game. And I feel like meeting Strict and Flux would have been weirder if I hadn't already like had friends that we talk about City Skylines about. Because it's like a little strange. I talk about the game and everything all the time on Discord, all the time elsewhere. But it's like, it's a very different language. And walking around the streets of a town being like, oh, that looks like a King Leno building, I'm sure makes us look ridiculous. But it's something that I wasn't anticipating doing with anybody. And maybe if it had been like, oh, I'm going to see Strict and Flux. But like, I'm kind of used to that already, weirdly enough. So, yeah, that's. I don't know if that's quite the answer you were hoping to get, I guess, but that's where I'm at with that, I suppose. So we'll do 8. We'll bridge it very narrowly. We'll stay at 8 over here. So this road connecting the two sides, obviously a later addition to the city grid. Is that going to be tall enough? Yeah, just... no, it's just too low. There we go. I'm okay with the catenary, like, attaching to the bottom. I'd like a pillar, though. Thank you. You guys going to collaborate again in the future? Right now, we don't have any plans. But I don't mean to say that in a way that's like, oh, hell no. Like, never. That'll never happen. Literally, we just don't have plans. Like, it's hard doing multiple series at once. So, we're like... taking a little bit of a break, I guess. We're still talking all the time. We've got a lot of cool stuff planned for all of you guys throughout the fall and everything. And some neat stuff. I can't tell you about it quite yet, just to try and preserve any sort of surprise. But you'll like it. That much I can say, I think. I hope. I'm going to get a message about that. But yeah, so there is stuff. There is stuff going on. We got tiny little Chester Street right here. This is turning out. Hey, this all makes sense. Everybody's kind of walkable from that train station. Maybe this streetcar line kind of brings some larger buildings out. Let's just do a little further. And we'll start to space the blocks a little wider. I say, placing a very narrow block. We'll do this too. this was obviously, this section was parceled by a different person. Maybe you can put some cool thing right there. Yeah. This is fun. So Connie earlier was asking what's this based off of. Just kind of Anywheresville, New Jersey, almost. Just one of these places along the Northeast Corridor specifically, but along just some commuter rail line that served a bunch of people. Don't really know what else to say there. So I'm going to do that. That, to me, now that is some interesting space to fill. Especially this triangle. Maybe this. So I want to do is have a sort of slightly more modern industrial area over here. I think I'm going to destroy some of these streets just to keep the waterfront pretty interesting. Keep things going. Hit play. We're going to see some trains. Yeah, we do. Ooh, that's a regional one. That is from California. Should probably turn that off at some point. We got our way better FPS than yesterday. Hello from Jackson Heights. Hello, and yes, way better FPS. But obviously not Gramercy here. This is a nice little Gramersian? I don't really know. Suburb that we're getting to do. So it's fun. Hopefully people, I mean, it's still, I hope at least, pretty on theme for me as kind of New York area. Just because I love these sorts of commuter towns. I've been to a whole bunch, and they're cute as all hell. They're so cute. They're so nice. I don't necessarily know if I'd want to live in one. I prefer not having to leave the city before midnight, just because you end up like Cinderella style with the last train out of Penn Station before you have to wait until the morning. But ooh, we got a bit of a holdup. I need to prevent some things from spawning. You can spawn. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the CityLink regional. What's on the little island across the river? It's just some you're not gonna spawn. You're not gonna spawn. You're not gonna spawn. Cool. And the retro one is not gonna spawn. It's just a little castle. Came with the map. It's pretty cute though. It's got some floaty bits. Anyway. Video editor. Oh, cool. Me too. Yeah, this is looking nice. Ooh, this is it's a little more symmetrical than I'd hoped, but hey, what are you gonna do about it? More train tracks. So one thing that I unfortunately have to deal with that I want to say like is a big bummer, but I really wanted to finally use catenary on our train tracks, especially because it's the Northeast Corridor. It's gonna have a ton of electrified trains. But that does mean that like these little industrial spurs will have catenary as well. Just pretend they don't. So this is using Tim the Terrible's catenary replacer mod. We are going to, whoops. Kind of reminds me of saying like Elizabeth, New Jersey. Yes, Elizabeth, New Jersey. Crap, I was just like, literally, I'm just like, yeah, and here, I'll just go into like a big list of all the places it's sort of based off of. Morristown, probably. It's definitely on the Northeast Corridor, but that's maybe not canonical, I guess, which sounds very weird to put it that way, but like, maybe it's not, like, I wanted to try the big wide rail line, basically. I thought that would be pretty fun. So yeah, Trenton's probably a little less direct of inspiration, just because it's a little too large. This is going to be such a small little town. But Elizabeth was one definite inspirational area. We'll do that, so we'll be able to run around. Hopefully that won't mess up too many trains. Ooh, that's a bit of a slope here, but we can pop it all right into position. And there we go. So we've got one little old industrial spur that kind of runs up here. Which model allows you to place the tracks at such steep angles? That would be Fine Road Anarchy. Lived in Islip for a couple years. Any Long Islanders here? Islip's pretty cool. I don't know. You might find some Long Islanders. We'll see, though. Alright, so we have that. Maybe this was like the site of some old engine house or something, but we can put like a park in here. That would be nice. If it's based on Elizabeth, a giant international airport. No, I am done with giant international airports for a little while. Please, just let me be. Let me be without giant international airports. I want this sticking out into the water a little bit. We're going for some cool... This is going to be like a large former industry on this block. FPS Part 2. Keep dreaming. Keep dreaming. That's all I can say about FPS Part 2. Honest to God, in Gramercy, I am probably not going to build a giant airport even for Gramercy. Even though I've got so much cool stuff to pull out. Probably do something the size of LaGuardia. Tops. So, yeah. I'm just like, I want to be like, oh, I'm done with airports. But like, I've done one. I made it, and it was really good. I loved it. I thought it came out better than I could have ever hoped for. So, I don't need to do it again. It's just not something particularly important. FBS Part 2 confirmed by NASA. Well, you ever hear about that story about when NASA got confused between metric and imperial and sent a spacecraft just flying directly into the surface of Mars? That's the sort of confirmed by NASA you're about to get if you think I'm going to be doing another giant international airport anytime soon. And hey, if you're really stuck off your airport binge, or if you're really jonesing for more airport stuff, Prez just started his airport. It's a little weird. I think it's a little large. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I think that small airports are pretty cool. Ugh. It's kind of a funky shape. This will be fun to get to deal with. I wonder what I'll put here. It's all former industrial land. Nice and calm tonight. Unlike last night where I was freaking out about trying to get everything set up. 89.4 is going to be close enough for me. And I'll just leave that like that. F the airports, let's do some crazy giant interchanges. That is you were watching the wrong channel for that. FluxTrans streamed yesterday. And his went well enough that he doesn't have to do it again. Or not even. Idea for collaboration, a very, very detailed port. Maybe. I've actually seen that suggestion quite a lot, and it would be fun, but it'd be super samey to me, I think. I say as literally I'm about to start, like, suburbs, which are not only samey, but, like, universally samey. Like, they're never ever different no matter where you are, even. Distance. Hey, Distance also building a pretty cool airport if you're still jonesing for that aviation kick. It's very cool. He's doing like an airport with a full city next to it. So, I mean, good luck, I guess. I don't really know what else to say, but good luck. It's a super cool build. It's a Grunstadt, something. But I'm loving it so far. So, go, go, go. Keep making them. Come on. Let me snap to here, please. Okay. And I'll cut these off here. So this is going to be our former kind of freight. Not former. Probably still active, even. Though, that'll mean this side of town's a little more run down, which, hey, good. Any glue blow inspirations? I don't know what that is. This looks like a New Jersey suburb. Oh my god, that means I'm doing a good job, because that is exactly what this is supposed to be. So he says, what are you creating? I'm creating a New Jersey suburb. Hooray, we did it. I got it pretty much nailed, I guess. Awesome. That's I was expecting to have this be harder. So I did think, as I was looking through my assets, because this is based off of the Gramercy collection, just shrunk way down to try and make things a little easier to deal with, and to help my computer not literally die. Oof. Wow. This is a New York suburb on the Hudson River. It's kind of both. So I think I'm probably doing an okay job then, at least. It's not. It's a suburb. It's an East Coast suburb. It's definitely an East Coast suburb of Gramercy. And whether that's in the state of New Jersey, which I haven't come up with a name for yet, or whether that's in the state of New York, which I also haven't come up with a fake name for yet. This might actually be a good time to try and talk to you guys about that. I've been leaning towards either, and these might sound horrendously cliche if you're from New York, but either the state of Niagara or the state of Ticonderoga. I think both of those sound about right. I want to do like State of Liberty, like from Grand Theft Auto. I always try to be a little more original than GTA. But yeah, Liberty is just, it's such a good word, but I'm not going to use it. So I don't know if you guys have any other good ideas either. Make NJ just Jersey. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the New Jersey stuff is like New Guernsey, which is another Channel Island, which is probably a decent thought process, actually. But yeah, state of New Amsterdam. That feels more like a city to me. New Netherlands, I think, or like New Holland. Probably not. We'll see. Damn, a lot of people like New Amsterdam. Huh, maybe this is sorted for me. So here's what I was thinking of, perhaps, too. This might disrupt the sleepy suburb a little bit, but I was thinking it could be pretty cool to run a freight line, and this is obviously like bargeable. So I think this kind of reminds me a little bit of Bridgeport, Connecticut, with the big stacks along the ferry dock or something. But like barges of coal, trains of coal. Let me know if you're okay with this sort of thing. It definitely would dominate this sleepy little city. Sleepy little town. But it's a neat idea. So let me know if you like that. I'll leave it for now. But yeah, so this would probably just be like parking lot or something here in somewhere not New Jersey. Need a name for this town too. Spring Valley is not going to cut it. As much as the auto-generated names are kind of fun, Spring Valley, not going to do that. People like it. Is there a brick? So he says Morris. Morris is a real place in New Jersey, though. Morristown. I think I have family that lives there or something. I don't know. Got family in Chatham. New because you guys nicked all your city names. Yeah. I used to live right next to an Acton in Massachusetts, and I was very confused when I first went to London. I'm like, Acton? What the heck? Okay, so we need to grade this road out a little better. That'll do. Yeah, so we like the power plant here. I kind of like the power plant here. Anybody hate the power plant here? No? No? It's pretty good. I think I'll probably leave it. Sudden Valley. Arrested Development. The original New York. So the original York, you mean? Right? The original New York is right here, baby. Reminds you of Port Jefferson and Salem. Port Jeff. Port Jeff doesn't have smokestacks. That's right, not Rock Ridge. That's in California. What has the 4 stacks on the? You people know what I'm talking about. Some of you New Yorkers. 4 stacks, North Shore, Long Island, near Stony Brook. My grandparents used to live there, so I'm familiar, I suppose. Trying to figure out how best to do rail access for this. Power plant is not very close to the train station. Well, the power plant's newer, and I imagined you would be getting a lot of stuff off of boats. So we'd have some conveyor belts bringing boat goods to this. Of course it's the wrong-handedness. Oh, there's a New York in England too? That's kind of dumb, maybe. Oh, here, that looks nice. There we go. Look at that. I guess that wouldn't make sense with this, but you know what? Here's where urban history starts to be involved. What we're going to do... Port Jefferson Power Station exists. Am I crazy? I always thought that was somewhere else. I always thought the power station was elsewhere. It was on the other side, because I used to go to beach in like Nissaquogue and Setauket. There we go. That building is now the coal inspection plant. All the coal gets put through there. Yeah, that'll work. I'm happy with that. That lovely, clean, green energy. Hell yeah. Giant, smoky, black power plant. Really trying to think, because I might get rid of this for now. Sorry, guys. Sorry, everybody who liked it. Sorry, everybody who sat here while I built it. I might just get rid of that for now and see what I want to do with that area later. Because it's time, probably. Not probably, it's definitely time. To plot some buildings. I thought I got rid of all the tall guys here. So, older buildings, awesomely. Just going to get to use Gramercy buildings for. So he says that was a really new-looking power plant. Yes, that was kind of the idea. Newer than the surrounding industry. It's just like, crap, where else do we go? And the answer was, put it there. Alright, so this is the unfortunate problem with the way I do stuff, is that when I place a 1x2, even though I've built it out like this big custom yard behind it, it just places itself. Oh no, that one might work. No, that puts the whole building. So I actually need to do some of the zoning. Let me check my building themes, which is under policies. Themes, enable theme management. I want Gramercy medium density, Gramercy low density, and you. And you. So you're for 720 quality-ish to 360. Huh. It's still showing HD for me. In fact, it's showing 1080, which is what I'm streaming at, so that should hopefully work. Anyway, we're going to continue. I'm going to start doing a bit of zoning. So this is all going to be parking lots. Right here, though. The Gramercy stuff, I think, is all high density. Can't quite remember. Basically, I'm going to do that Actually, no. I'm gonna do this. Reloaded and back at 10. Awesome. Put a second conveyor belt oriented towards the water. Yeah. So I'm gonna reattempt the power plant soon. So don't worry, it's not gone forever. Oh yeah, I should probably pin all these to 100 just to make sure my stuff builds. Oh geez, I'm gonna need to actually do some game, huh? How are we doing with water flow? It flows. Okay, so if that's up, oh, I placed a water drain here to make sure things wouldn't flood. It's flown the wrong way to how I'd really want it. Oh, there's like a drain right there too. So we can pull water in from. Do I have any good like hacky water treatment? Not hacky, but like any water treatment things that might work. I don't want this to get polluted by that area. Maybe up here would be a good spot for water pumping. Wait, I'm realizing this is Gramercy? No. Or is this Gramercy? No, it's not. This is a wonderful little nearby suburb. Still without a name. So, if you guys have any good suggestions? Saw some good ones. Might need to roll back in the chat and figure out what the best suggestion was. Do I have a mod/assets list available for people to look at? Yes, I do. Both of them are available on my Steam Workshop. So just head on over there, and you should go for more than just the mod collection. Those have been there since Gramercy episode 2, but I still get people asking. So just check over there first, and that is my full mod and asset list. Now, with that said, I do have a handful of private in development assets that you're not gonna be able to get. So there is gonna be that. So you're not gonna be able to like perfectly steal my vibe. I've got some I still have some exclusive stuff. So just keep that one in mind and you'll be all good. Gotta love placing water pipes. It's very relaxing. It's a relaxing stream. It's a relaxed stream. Nothing's going wrong. Knock on wood. We're getting good frame rates, good qualities. We're building a nice, fun little Gramercy adjacent town. Most of these people probably commute to Gramercy and work in the soon to be built or future to be built Gramercy Financial District and downtown Gramercy and etc. Actually, that's not 100% sure. I think Gramercy might just be the name for Brooklyn. I need to figure out what I want to do, because either I need a name for Brooklyn or I need a name for the whole city. There we go. That'll work. Did I know that New Amsterdam was the original name for New York? Yes, I did. Oh boy, what is happening here? Getting a lot of the same building. Uh-oh. That can't be good. It's possible I might have screwed up a little bit and not uninstalled a bunch of my high-density commercial. This stuff looks pretty good, though, so I'll just do that. Anyway, Newer York, yeah. I think your local express trains are setting a track in one of the stations. I told this guy not to spawn. Get out of here. Delete. Yes, I've got a bunch of local and express service. It's a big mess. I've got freight service, too, sharing these tracks. I need a sewage plant, huh? Well, Excuse me. I guess we could put it like here-ish. Kind of nearish to the coal, to what might be the coal yard. Kind of looks the right sort of industrial. It's like cooling water for the power plant. Anyway, sit myself up in the chair. And that's going to need electricity, isn't it? Oh crap, and I had destroyed my giant power plant. Let's actually put that back. For now. Still not 100% sold on it. Are you using trains? If you're using trains, you have to use the classic Amtrak trains because that's the New Jersey Transit thing. I am using trains, but I'm using modern New Jersey Transit and modern Amtrak, which we can go on an adventure and try to find one. That's also New Jersey Transit. There's Amtrak. Must be like the Cardinal or something. I don't know. Probably be running under wires, but no, do I not give myself any Northeast regionals? You need to get the heck out. Oh, that's because I added a bunch of CityLink regionals. Oops. That makes sense why a bunch of these Californian things were doing this. I want corridor regional. Added too much stuff with too confusing of names. Is there SimCity 4? All the high wealth sims would be mad that I've got a big coal power plant. Yeah. It's not SimCity 4 though, and I don't know. I think it's. I still don't know. Do you guys think it's a cool spot? Coal, all. Give me the coal yard again. On this side, and then I'm gonna go. Yeah. How did I have this before? It was perfect. Put it like this. No, of course that doesn't like arch the road. Maybe. It's that sewage station is now like a coal washing plant or something. I don't know. There we go. We'll do that. I like how it goes up inside. That's a neat little... of course it doesn't connect to anything. Here, what if we... Using our Move It tool. What if we... Just sink it down a little bit. Perfect. Look at that. Comes out this little building. Up and connects to that conveyor. Perfecto. I love it. We need to build our dock. Need to figure out which docks I still have. Oh yeah, that's right. I've got all this stuff. I've got Ronix's docks. Those would be nice. I also just have Strict Toaster's ploppable docks. These might be my answer. Whoops, dock D. Oh, ploppable dock. No, I actually don't want that. I want to use the Move It tool. Page this up. Scoot it in. Copy, and then without adjusting that, we're just going to start sticking them together without following the height. So this will be our boat dock for barge unloading at the power plant. I think it will be only water served. I've been trying to figure out a way to get a decent looking rail set up to connect it, but if you've ever seen rail power plant setups, I guess they're pretty crazy. So it's like giant loops of track or big huge through tracks and things. So I think this will just be barge served, and I'm gonna hit this up with the surface painter just to very carefully do a proper dock, and I will be changing this road behind it to something a little more industrial, just to make it actually look like docks. Make it look like dock land. So James Parker Street here. What is it with this? This game has some funky street names. There we go. So this area, I will be able to grab all of the nodes very easily and align heights. Bang, right down. Oh. Actually, want to grab all of these nodes maybe. Put them like here-ish. There we go. So that's a nice flat dock. Obviously, we need to do something about this. Dealing with terrain is always... Honestly, I used to get more frustrated with terrain, but it's pretty fun. Yeah, it definitely adds a challenge that I've never done, or rarely done. You'll start to see some more terrain for Gramercy. I'm trying to follow you guys' conversation in the chat. I don't quite get where we're at right now. That's too big. This'll do. Just trying to smooth this on out. Yeah. Okay, once we're done with that, this will probably end up being kind of a nothing. Maybe I'll make it rail served or something. Can't be afraid to fill your city out with nothing. Cool, that looks good to me. Now, like, put the power plant down in this area. The boats come and park up. Train kind of takes practice. Yeah, it does. I have not done that practice though. So how would this work for trying to unload the boats? I guess. Would I need like a crane? Crap! I uninstalled my cranes. I had some, but I uninstalled them. This is just me spitballing here, but maybe something like this? Maybe some sort of small overhead system. Pretend it's sort of a conveyor belt. Just needs to feel right. The Popo, yeah. That's one unfortunate thing. Well, we found a different unfortunate thing about streaming from New York City yesterday. But one is that right outside my window, I don't get to control the city. You guys were lucky. I don't know if you could hear at the beginning. There's some guy blasting super loud music from his car right outside, and he sat there for like half an hour as I'm like, crap, I go live soon. That was a little scary. In terms of like, uh-oh, this is going to be going on when I need to be streaming. But luckily, knock on wood again, that seems to have mostly subsided. Okay. Check out these parking lots. I'm not going to be able to do any parking lot markings there. But on these level ones, oh no, you're not level either. On this level one, I can. Oops. Got some nice trees in the middle of the lot here, which maybe not. Now, what if we do this? Grab node, align heights low. Get some world holes. We get some world holes. Okay. World holes I can deal with, I think. So we're gonna get rid of some of these world holes by making this stuff alleyway, and by scooting this just down. There we go. So now I can actually have parking there. And I want more parking lots. We got like that parking lot for everybody, and now we need one like an executive parking lot. Grab all these nodes and vertically align to that. Perfect. So we got our parking lots. You know what? I'm a benevolent power plant owner. They're going to connect them. It's not just an executive lot and everything. A lot of people work here. Yeah. So one thing I also wanted to do, just while we're here with the parking lot roads, is going to be doing a lot of parking near the train station. Lots of parking for a power plant. Yeah, probably. Might be too much. Let's give it that. There we go. That looks more like it. There's a great video that Dunite did on parking minimums. And you'd be surprised how much parking is not enough. Is deemed not enough, I guess. So I think right here we can start really slicing and dicing, trying to put parking lots for people to go to the train. This is obviously a slightly older part of the city, so it's not going to have parking quite so bad. This industrial, like once the industry all moved out, they're just like, oh, perfect. So now people will drive from like here down across to the parking lot and back up, because that's how people do. That's just how they do. We are going to, a little bit of lag. I'm going to do this. Just a nice way for these parking people to enter this side of the station. Sort of. It's a giant elevated bridge that gets them straight. Actually, I laugh, but that might just be crazy enough to work. We'll just pretend there's a door right there. Or, well, probably there is a door right there. Oh, it's a bricked over window. No, everybody's got to go in low. It's all part of the process. I got to figure out what I want. Oh, crap. That one's, that's very nice. Hey, there we are. No. What the heck was this dimension? 6 by 6. 6 by 6. What? Huh, that's so weird. That'll work. Not technically connected, but since they're pedestrian paths, it'll still do exactly what I want it to. And I'm just going to actually pull them both out here like that. Like that. And then. Awesome. So we got some sort of nice little park / entrance here. It'd be nice to put some crosswalks in. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that. Oh, no. They're gone. Back to the drawing board. Six by 6. Nice one. 6 by 6. There we go. That's better. And now I can just pull this down. And hey, you know what? This actually ended up better since they're actually connected here. We can just do that. There, now they got crosswalks and things. Doubt that'll stop people from just doing this. But the road there is very intentional. It's to, I guess, maybe to discourage pickups and drop-offs on that side of the station. Plan on some local transport as well, or just the northeast corridor. In terms of rail, probably just local. Do I have like a... Yes, I do. Awesome. I have no idea what sort of substation equipment a giant power plant like this would have. Jesse 101. Have I ever heard of Transport Fury? Yes, I have. I'm actually a beta tester for that. And it's a good game. I just don't think I'll play it, especially not on this channel. I don't know. It's a good game. I've never found it particularly engaging. I don't know. I think it's fun. I say reluctantly. Maybe not reluctantly, but not enthusiastically, I guess. I don't know. It's not for everybody, and I think, unfortunately, I might be one of those people who it's not quite for. But, hey, I mean, City Skylines is also not for everybody. I just am very, very lucky / No, I'm lucky, because it's a very good game. That it happens to be for me. And that I am down with City Skylines Jam. Get rid of Wright Street here. I don't need that garbage. Let's just line these up. And yeah, that approximates a... Not unable to go for exact right now. We can do this. Continue the kind of sloping down of this area. Not even your city is a single megabus stop in a Walmart parking lot. Thought you were talking about your real town. I'm like, that is impressive. And I guarantee you, if that is the case in your real town and you're in America, maybe if you're in other places, I don't really know. But I guarantee if you can Google for like your local train line, train station, and find out that you once had some big, beautiful train station that saw 50 trains a day. And of course, now all you have is the megabus that drops people off in a parking lot. If it's City Skyline City, then it's up to you to make up that history. Yeah, we'll go with that. Cool. So we've got some sort of thing here. I don't really know what else I'll put. I think it might be time to get some of this stuff looking a little better. So I really want slightly higher density stuff. So I need to start districting. So the districts are incredibly useful for controlling zoned buildings and how they grow and everything like that. Oops. Especially when you got it snapping the roads, you can keep them real neat. And I think this Hickory district will probably extend a block up the former streetcar line. Made back before we realized that passenger transport is not very profitable. We'll trim, whoops. Well, let's include Empire Street here. Garnett Street. Like Kevin Garnett, you think? I don't know. So I'm trying to make these borders neat. I probably spent as much time back in Cities in Motion 2 where you could do fair zones. I probably spent as much time, if not more, trying to get the neatest fair zones possible than playing the rest of the game. Nice. All right, Mark, thank you very much for coming. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate having you here. It's always fun. Head off to bed. Sounds really nice. Oh, you're going to tune in there. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, not good night. Just, I'll see you soon. From your phone, I guess. I don't really know. Anyway, look at that beautiful Hickory district. Liquid Cooked. Hey, nice to see you. How are things? I'm going to go through here. Hickory district. We got themes. Yeah, we're all good. Can I control zone level? Yes, I can. So you're going to be at 3. I'm going to force these to level up to 3. cool. Oh, they need electricity, huh? District looks like a sock. A little bit. You guys really do need power, huh? There you go. Enjoy your power. Cool. Now they're happy. Parkland. You know what? Here's a great idea. Let's do the city park. You city park? Yeah. Let's do the actual Park Life Park. Not in a park area. I know, because when I place you, you make a park area. Well, I need a main gate. Oh, am I not a big enough city? Did I forget to turn that on? Huh. Create a park. Oh, I guess I need to do a park area first. Now is it unlocked? Yes. Cool. Huh. I guess I'd always just had that unlocked. Small park area. Just feel like I can help these guys upgrade themselves a little bit by giving them a nice station for... Oh boy, nobody has any water. I definitely did water. Is our water pumping station out of power? That makes some sense. We'll, just for now, let's give them their own little windmill. Cool. Alright. Small park gate. No, you're not. I need one that's, why aren't they an even number? Well, we'll do that. I think those will match perfectly. Yeah, they do. Awesome. Cool. Put those there, and just like the other side, we'll connect them down. Let's not snap it, actually. There we go. Two nice parallel little walkways to get from town over to here. And there you go. Hi, Ryan Suarez. Mark Ward, no worries. Always not the most active in chat, but watching since at least the start of Gramercy. Wow. You have been here for quite a while. That's, maybe too long. Maybe you need to take a little bit of a BSQ break. Because then when you come back, there might be even if you come back a year later, maybe you'll find one single episode of Gramercy ready for you. Do you mean? The Walnut Grounds. What a weird park name. Kinda like it though. The Walnut Grounds. It's just weird enough to be a little interesting. And as always with my stuff, I feel like it conveys some history. Walnut Grounds Park. Isn't like, I guess that'd be like Coffee Grounds. Who knows? Be adding Victorian style houses if I have them. This is just the Gramercy collection, so if I can find some good Victorians, I will absolutely add them, because I do like that. But part of the problem is there aren't an enormous number of good Victorians on the workshop. If anybody could point me to some, I'd really love it, especially for my next project, which needs an enormous amount of Victorian row houses. And even a few, not to tease too much, but in various colors, various painted colors. Did I hear San Francisco? Somebody says. Think bigger. There we go. Look at that. Very nice. We got a little single-star featureless park. Taylor, think bigger than San Francisco. What could be bigger? I don't know. San Francisco is almost like part of a multi-city kind of system. The whole Bay Area, I see. You're getting there. You're getting there. All right, we need some services here. I uninstalled a bunch of them. I'm gonna have to use the vanilla. You're cute. This little fire station. Let's see, a little fire station here can have its own whole little block. The whole U.S. No. Plus Sacramento Valley. You're a little far. You're a little far off now. If I can get things working the way I want, it'll be San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose, all the way down to Santa Cruz, all the way up to... God, I'm blanking. Where did I put Napa and Sonoma, which would be a lot of fun. And God, where else? I don't know. I've had a very long day. We'll see. I don't know why. I've just been like, I woke up tired. Which is never a good sign, especially on a Sunday. I've got work tomorrow. Who are you? The elderly home. Yeah, you're nice. Here you go for a Victorian. Right? Is that sort of? Sort of. We're close. I like that. I'll keep that there. Fire station, though, we can provide real quick. What did I do? I've got Broome Street. Synagogue. Perfect. That will probably exist here. And honestly, I just want to exist in elementary school, which I need. Student capacity 150. I need a couple of them already. I've got like 2 blocks built, and I need multiple schools. Multiple elementary schools. That's nuts. We'll do one of those there. So these buildings will grow a little larger. Our classic American high school, that's an easy one. I'm actually going to put that a little further out of town. Here's a good spot. I want to do some fields and things and etc. Nice small little town. Nice. Oh crap, there's this Streamline Modern one. What about this right in here? I like the size. Oh, and there's Bad Ideas new one. Man, I got so many good... all of a sudden, there were like no good high schools for such a long time, and now there are a bunch. What do I want to use? Actually, no, this isn't a new one. Can't remember what the new one is. Yeah, you're cooler, I think. I like the size, but I think the other one is a little cooler. Actually, what if I use both? What if it's the old building with a newer, I guess, Streamline Modern, Streamline Modern, I don't know, extension. There we go, like an addition on the school. Like, get it? Addition, like math. Perfect. I like that. 2 high schools jammed into each other. That looks, I mean, I don't know if anybody's ever been to a high school here. I hope the people who are, maybe, I don't know. I hope the people who live here know something about high schools. People who, Jesus. I hope the people who live in the U.S. know something about how we have American high schools. Oh, this was a city college. Maybe that'd be fun on kind of the outskirts if I get there. We'll see. That should help some of these guys want to upgrade. What do you need? Education, yeah. So let's start educating people. Let's get this education show on the education road. Here's something a little dark. Turn up my mic. I think I was just trailing off. Sorry. High school was probably built in the 90s, and the extension came with the power plant, came in for the architecture. Yeah, that's a great way to do it. Maybe part way. Maybe the high school was built here earlier, and then when the train line expanded or something, they're like, oh my god, the growth. It's a nice sort of spot. But yeah, I love, like, having this be a high school with, like, a big addition and everything. Like, I love that. There's such a good story to tell. And look at that. We're gonna be able to view it from right down the street. I can center it all up and perfecto. Hopefully some of these buildings will start upgrading pretty soon. I've got a full district-wide kind of lock. So hopefully. All right. So this was our little fire station. It's a little more European, but I think it's nice and cute for New Jersey, or kind of fake New Jersey, maybe a little up the Hudson inspiration, maybe even a little Connecticut. So let's set it back a little bit. Let's delete these trees a little bit. Got parked cars. Cool. So he says, any more blocks? I think I'm going to stick with this round. I need to finish this part, obviously, first. It's been an hour and a half. I think I'm probably going to stream another hour and a half on top of this, but let's get this going. So, fire engine. Perfect. We got some fire engine props. They're always washing a fire engine or something. What about this? Dang, that's so huge. Wow. Okay, I'm done. Oh, I could do some park people doing it. Interesting. Now we'll stick with this. Let's do a parking lot road to kind of give me some guidelines. I guess kind of train station looks kind of like the one in South Orange, New Jersey. Oh, there we go. We've got a prototype. Kind of knew what I was after, but didn't have anything super specific in mind. But if it's South Orange, then South Orange it is. And that's right in the area that I want. I'm seeing a few people saying turn my mic up. Is it still quiet? Let me know. I can turn it up, of course. It would not be tremendously hard to turn it up. Actually, it might be. It's all the way up. Can I, like, change gain? I don't know. Like, gain. I don't want to touch the gain while I'm live. Huh. I'll just try and speak louder, though, as my energy wanes. Now, as I get more tired, it might be a little hard to keep that one up. Anyway. We're all good here. 3x2, you're going to fit, like, basically perfect. Yup. Cool, that's fine. I'm okay with the little half one. Much quieter than most videos. I'm still quiet. Huh. Okay, well here, I'll just talk loud then. Try and kind of fight volume-wise with people out on the street. There we go. So that, yeah, the fire station, they really have their own fire going pretty amazingly strongly. Let's get some little cross-hatching here. Square. Ugh. Perfect. Do not stop your car right in front of the fire station. Do not stop your car right in front of the fire station. There we go. I need to pay more attention to being louder all the time. Not used to it. Cool. I'll grab line long. It's not that long. That's not that long. And of course they all spawn perpendicularly at 90 degrees. Reduce some distance between them. Down, down. Options, disable air checking and linear fence fill and fence mode and plus 90. Okay. We're getting here. There we go. I'm okay with the little gaps and things. I think it adds a little character. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. If either of you guys have any qualms, let me know now, or speak now or forever hold your peace. That'll work. Oh, that's the end of the street. That's not quite what I want. Oh, interesting. Are these gaps just where nothing got placed? There we go. Okay. I guess I might have had my thing set wrong. Look at me using props individually like this. I never do this. Awesome. Should maybe name it Summers Point, and yes, it's a real place in New Jersey. That means no, I won't make it. I am not interested in naming things after real places. You probably have just searched asphalt. Uh-oh. I think I might have unsubscribed from more ploppable stuff. That would not be good. We can do this. Yes. Good call. I'll leave that one up. Awesome. Double that line with some bollards. Probably wouldn't hurt. I'm going to do a big fence around all this anyway, so let me do that first. What do you think? Security fence? Yeah, we don't want anybody stealing the police. Jeez. I don't want anybody stealing the fire department's stuff. We'll leave a little corner. Whoops. So, best way I've found to do these network fences is just to build them off to the side and move them into place. Just less risk of stuff snapping. It's amazing how quickly my workflow is when my FPS is decent. Yeah, that's a good, it's a very good point. I usually work pretty quickly. I know that Strict and Flux do not, though. But I usually work reasonably fast. Especially compared to them. It's... I don't know, I think it's... probably has something to do with my old model railroading skill set, I guess. Like, it's very easy, I guess, to pick out what details I want to include and what I'm thinking I should just leave. There we go. That looks pretty nice. Let's get a little bit of stain decalage on there just to help it look more like something. That'll do. More stains maybe on the parking lot, and then you can do some lighter stains out on the road here just to make it look like something. Perfect. So obviously something was here at some point, but now it's my favorite sort of thing in a city. A big old nothing. Should leave the station driveway open. It wouldn't be fenced. It'll slow down response times. That is a extremely good point. That is not the tool I wanted. Kind of imagined it be like an automatic opening gate. Like when the bell is ringing, it automatically starts rolling the gate. Perfect. What we can actually do is duplicate this, shorten it down, and see, this is the sort of nice stuff you can do when you're not worried about hitting the prop limit. We can make a gate, or not, sorry, the segment limit. So now we have a gate. Awesome. So when they're locking up at night, I guess, they've got a gate. I think the fence is floating as an illusion due to shadows. I believe it's an illusion due to shadows. I think the fences use a fence shader, which automatically always sticks along the ground. Yeah, I can't change the height of them. I think it's just I've got my shadows turned down a little bit just to try and coax a few more frames per second out of the game. Obviously, again, want to make sure that people who are maybe watching on Steam, I actually haven't checked the Steam viewership count. Hopefully it's something. But when you're running with an extremely heavy mod load like this, it definitely it's definitely a little heavier to run, a little harder to run than the normal vanilla game. So if you're interested in doing city building stuff and are not really ultra interested in trying to make super detailed stuff, then you're going to be all set with FPS. But you need a pretty beefy rig to get this working enormously well. Awesome. So we've got that. Let's begin to continue. I want to do this. I want to do that for a couple blocks. And that. After this, I'm going to start DIYing it. I wonder what's going to grow with this. I really don't know. You're probably going to be for like half a block and then break to single family. What's going to grow? I don't remember what I saved as what when I was doing all my assets. Oh, you're kind of a little too suburban, maybe? That's not bad. That's definitely too suburban. Okay, well, this is going to take a little bit of doing. You're about right. Super. That doesn't look too far off, actually. Though, I think I have overzoned this area. I think this is probably best kept to lower density. And then we can do all of this lower density. And then out here, where I'd imagine the first stop would be on the trolley, or on the streetcar back in the day, we can do that for a couple buildings specifically by the station. And then we'll jump back to this. So the reason I'm using all residential is just because that's how I have my stuff set up. When I made all these assets, not accidentally, but I saved even ones like this is mostly a store, but that's saved as a residence. So residential zoning will give me my most accurate sort of look and feel. This is kind of getting there, right? Anybody from the area gonna agree or disagree? Am I totally off base? Am I totally wrong? Back here, I feel like we can do a couple blocks of residential. Obviously, this one that would be facing industry is probably a little newer and a little crappier. We can do this. Oh, we can actually do this. Fast food places near the freeway. Yes, that's something I want to do. This road is going to have an interchange here, and this like sort of area is going to be crappy. If I get to it, of course. I'm not running out of time. I still got an hour and 15 left, but like any city building is a long process, this included. Like the inclusion of the word point in the city name. Would that make sense though? I don't think it's on a point. Is it on a point? No. In fact, it's in a bay, almost, by this lake. So point doesn't quite work, I don't think. Cool. So Main Street here is going to continue to have some slightly larger buildings, and then we'll fill in behind, because this area is going to have some nice crappy commercial. Low density. So Riverside. Hey, Riverside wouldn't be too bad. Can do that. I'm actually gonna do that. Sorry, person constructing there. Yeah, this is kind of turning out. Got a little triangle here. You know what? This is begging for a park. Well, we'll see. It's so small. It's begging for, wow, that's the minimum park tool size. It's begging for like a little bit of green space with the gazebo inside of it. Huh. All right, main park gate, the big one. Doesn't even fit. The small one, perfect. What park stuff? Oh, we have 2 gazebos. Nice. So we could do that. I'm just gonna grab these 2. Stick it like this. You can be rotated, put back here. Yeah, I'm jamming on this. I think this is okay. It's obviously not your most amazing park in the world, but I don't know, nice little place to watch stuff go by. I wouldn't mind hanging out here. And you know what? Let's say this has been here forever. Let's get some super old growth trees in. Nice little shady sort of square. Ash tree. Nice. Famous people: Bates Crossing, Brearley Township, Chetwood, Cromwell, Gesner City, Hampton Hills, Sinnockson, Reed. Yeah, those are all great ideas. I like. There's got to be something township, right? Because that's such a New Jersey thing. That would be perfect. I like Brearley Township actually. Let's do that. Brearley Township, nice suburb of the city of Gramercy. Wow, busy day at the train station here. Nice. Obviously, this is non-canonical. And actually, since we now have a connection all the way to the Brearley Power Station out here, we don't need that windmill anymore. Yeah. I don't know what you guys are thinking, but I am actually really liking this. Except for all these trees growing through buildings, but oh well. Let's, we can do this. Start. Okay, so this is a little dense. Man, I left a lot of vanilla things in this theme. You can go away and be D-zone. That's too steep. I think what I'm going to need to do is honestly D-zone like half of this and do parking lots. It's just too dense. Alright, I got to set stuff back. I got to do a lot of parking. I like the big bite. Big bite can stay. Green walls. Nice. Anyway. Don't want anybody else to grow there. Oop, too late. Sorry, dude. You're going to build the whole building and then go away. Oh, no. Oh, that's right. I've got disable zone check on, huh? That's why all these people are staying. I'm like, what are you doing? Needs more diners if this is NJ. Walgreens will stay. That actually looked a bit like a crappy diner. Walgreens is going to have some primo store frontage. Right here. Because Walgreens comes at it with that big chain money. Which means they can be a little more spendy. A little restaurant behind them. Now the destruction of buildings for parking lots. Yup. Yep. Happened in real life. It's gonna happen here. We need we need lots of lots. How about that? So maybe I'll just leave the one that came with the building. Collisions off. So I can no, I need to go probably one wider for that. So I'm going to use move it to push this into position as well. Ah, didn't actually intersect. Okay. Lots of beat up old, wow. Okay. There we go. Now we're talking. Ah, it's not going to look perfect, but I think it's going to be close enough. Going to line it up like that. And we'll do this. Do I have like a market? No. Oh, crap. I may have uninstalled my... It was in the unique buildings, right? What the heck was that called? The super... Oh, that's right. I've got strip malls. Yes. Forgot I had these. These I'll use. Large shocks. All right, Connie. Thank you for being here. Chicago Dog. How do you have a probably a broken computer? But hey, you can watch it. Of course, not as fun. I don't know. This is pretty fun. I don't know what you're talking about. This is perfect. Let's turn off anarchy so we actually destroy some buildings. Of course, we still don't destroy buildings. Ooh, we got some real brands, which I generally try to avoid, but nice. Jammed right up against the northeast corridor. All of these are going away. Every single one of these. We don't need this because we've got our crappy strip mall. Perfect. That was actually very, very easy. Let's keep looking at some of these unique buildings. Let's see what we have. Probably not going to place the Eiffel Tower. Probably not going to do the Eiffel Tower. That just wouldn't make sense. Ooh, the arch. I've always liked this arch, but I don't think I really have a spot for it here. It needs an avenue. And this being an old style city, not a ton of giant broad avenues. The Mall of Moderation. This might be fun to put somewhere, but probably not right around here. Oh god, no, that fits so well. Oh, but the parking lots kind of mess it up a little bit. Do you have a small town hall? Oh, yeah, that's a good point. We don't specifically, but all the time I use this guy as our town hall. So you'd probably be, could you be right here? I don't know what props you come with. Nothing. That's a little too close to the railroad for me. It's on the wrong side of the tracks from like town as well. Oh, we got a park here. We have a park there, so great idea for town hall. So you can stick it right there. It gets its own block by the fire station. It's kind of a civic area right here. A lot of concrete here. Let's actually, you know what? We got Crest Gardens here. Let's expand this to include our park, or to include our city hall. There you go. That's really nice. Great idea. And what we can do as well is we can do a little trick. So because obviously people need to park at City Hall, we can, oh no, you know what, this will be okay. That's fine. It's going to say we don't need to connect the parking lot road, but it'll work. It works well enough without. Awesome. So we can do that. We can do a few singles. And then there's a garden named after toothpaste. There's a big clock that says Colgate in New Jersey already. That's in real life. It's pretty cool though. It's in the city, so we're not going to see it here. Nice. That looks pretty good, don't you guys think? Let's get these corner curbs, which I don't use nearly enough. Ooh, they hide beneath the ground. We've got a little bit of node levelment that needs to be done. Just we have so many nodes. Let's do that, and we're going to match heights to that one. Perfect. Actually, we're going to match heights to that one with all the art. Whoa! Well, City Hall all of a sudden springs to life. These curb corners really want to live underground here. Well, that's okay. I can live with that. Large, you don't. Maybe this is why I don't use those corner ones that much. So City Hall Park is just going to have... Or sorry, the City Hall itself, not City Hall Park. Park is what's in front of it. City Hall itself will just make do with some very pretty planters. You do one. Ooh, that's like a perfect fit too. I use this building for so many like civic purposes and things. This one though, because it's landscaped, is not going to be old growth trees. It's going to be newer ones. That's one of these details that I don't see a lot of people, I don't see a ton of people thinking about when they're doing their cities and city skylines. You gotta be very careful with your trees. I see so many people all the time just placing giant, like the live oak trees and the things that would have been there for hundreds of years in their like manicured parks. It's like, not really. Either have to leave that there or really expensively transport it, which I don't think they thought of. Like, if you think about it, and if you want to be like, yeah, no, the weeping willow is important to the city, so they transplanted an old willow to City Hall, then go for it. But I don't think enough people think about that. Perfect. There are trees in the hall. Yeah, there are. Unfortunately, I've kind of left a bit of an arboreal mess all over the city. Nice. You know what? I'm okay even with just leaving that ground like a little crappy. Nice. What do you guys think? I think it's coming along. I think it's really coming along. Surprised how fast it all came together too. So living trees built into City Hall. Yeah, it was an accident, guys. I got rid of them. Give me a break. So you'll be there. You'll be there. Some more. There's some more housing here. I think I want to subdivide this block though. Do you think I should subdivide this thing? I kind of like its weird shape. It needs something in that space though. Oh yeah, that's right. I got some nice King Leno buildings and things that I want very much to use. One of them being, of course, the phenomenal Gramercy Commons, which I think I need to turn more of this into road and less into highway. Just to get some zoning up against it. You'll get sidewalk on that much, and over here you get some sidewalk, and of course these get sidewalk. Sidewalk all the way up until the train tracks, and that's where the sidewalk ends. You see the new network hedges? Yeah, Ronix's, they look awesome. I love them. I haven't installed or used them yet just because I'm trying to like keep this mod load normal, reasonable, functional. I guess. I mean, I really don't quite know. Don't know when I'd use them or where. I don't quite know. It's like they look fantastic, and I don't want to discount that fact at all. But like, I don't quite know where I'd use them. Like, right, this looks okay, just because I have the layout set up correctly and kind of the right sorts of densities. I think, at least. We're working on it. But like, I don't know. I'm trying to get out of the like ultra fine zoomed in detail and trying to get more into the large scale. Like, I'm more interested in this zoom level looking good now than this zoom level looking really good. Because I think there's just more to talk about than it's like, here I am placing another bench, here I am placing another bench, here I am doing a fence. But you can talk about like, oh, the former streetcar line that resulted in the downtown of the city kind of stretching out. How are we looking here? Pretty good. I've got to do some more districting because we do have this. It is like a sock. So you're going to be your own neighborhood right here, bordered by Stephanie Street, Blake Street, Smith Street, Smith Street, and down to a game called Highland Street, which actually I might leave. I was calling it Main Street, but Highland Street is super cool, actually. Are there Highlands of New Jersey? Maybe there are Highlands of fake New Jersey, because we got a lot of mountains nearby. That actually means that Highland Street makes an enormous amount of sense. Just calling it Highland Street. Why build giant new suburbs off the coast? Probably not off the coast on the other side of the river, but yeah, I do want to do some newer suburban developments. So this will probably be like a 50s one, maybe 50s, 60s, and then way out here. Eventually. We're kind of awkwardly jammed to the... What the heck is that? What is this? Oh, huh. It's going to be like I didn't think we were that close to the edge of the map. But yeah, so I think this town will probably just fill this area. I originally was going to build over here. I built this whole fancy river and everything, but I'm just not that good at terraforming. So decided to work over here where most of the work was done for me. Oh god, what were you just doing? Oh yeah, we're doing some district stuff. So I want Hickory District to still include Highland. Ah. You gotta love the snapping. It's so satisfying. Just bang. Perfect. And now up here, we can get tracing. Gotta love it. What's this build supposed to be? You thought it was supposed to be Gramercy. Well, it's not. This build is supposed to be a Gramercy suburb. It's not on the Gramercy map. That was just, it just wasn't nice to stream. I was barely getting 15 FPS. Now, of course, no. Now, right now, I'm getting a good deal more than that. So we can have a nicer looking stream. Yeah, so this is a railroad suburb. Yep, that's exactly right. This is a railroad suburb of Gramercy, inspired by a lot of those smaller towns in New Jersey. And this has been this sort of thing, like, I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. But I always liked these kind of commuter towns. I thought they're neat. Maybe I love because they were based around train connections and things that we have to build them like this. Primrose Park. That sounds like a suburban subdivision development. Doesn't sound like an actual thing here, especially a place without a park. But anyway, we'll do that. This will be another district at some point. Does Mountain Air more towards the west of the Delaware Water Gap? Yeah, it does. These are probably a little bit too tall for New Jersey properly, but I can fake it. Shh, you don't have to know that it's not real. But yeah, Gramercy is this way along the train line, I think. I'm just going to imagine it this way. Am I going to export this into Gramercy using Move It Off Camera? Nope. You can't do that right now because it's on such a different map. I could go crazy trying to terraform it to the right position. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to, like, ideally, in a perfect world. Oh, excuse me. Ideally, in a perfect world, I'd be able to export this into Gramercy. But Gramercy's just getting slow. So I figured that we can enjoy this. Maybe I'll come back. I think I'll probably save this and come back to it as more streams and things happen. It's a good little city to stream. What is this here? Here in the Brearley Township. Brearley? I don't know. But just feels so right to me. Muhammad Hafiz, hey, hello. Glad to see you here. Oh boy. I'm like crashing. I'm getting so tired. Alright. Stream only city. Hey, Brokenvert's here. How are you? Actually, this is a second series. Probably not. I just finished with doing 2 series and I'm ready to like concentrate on Gramercy. I mean, you guys know I'm not consistent with just Gramercy and you're expecting me to do a second series. Ha! Ha! I say. Yeah, not gonna do that, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm a one series person for the time being, just to make sure I'm getting things produced. One thing I do want to do, Gramercy related, is now that I'm back in New York City, I want to take my camera and go out and start doing some video stuff of the places I've built in Gramercy. Let me know if you'd be interested in seeing something like that, because it would be a lot of work. I probably need to get, like, put money into this whole thing to try and convince friends to come out to Canarsie Pier with me, which is far. But who knows? Some of it I can probably do on my own. I'd love to do something like that. So let me know if you're interested. Somebody says, will there be a VOD for this stream? So far, so good. My VOD policy, I guess. We're just going to ignore these cars parked the wrong way. But my VOD policy most of the time is if it turned out well, if there weren't like awful technical difficulties the whole time, then I will do a VOD. But if there were a lot of problems and things, then I won't. And so far, this has been one of those good streams. So I think so far, so good on your VOD chances. We'll see. I know I don't watch. That's not true. I watch a lot of VODs. Well, the stream end? It's scheduled to end in about an hour, but I'm actually feeling a tiny bit sick, so I may. Oh boy, I've overwhelmed my water supply. Oh, I've cut off my water supply from electricity. Does that thing really only make 50? Oh, it's because it's out of coal. Huh. That sucks. What are you? Are you nice and small and can be hidden underneath an existing building? There we go. Let's get some hidden secret geothermal energy in on this. There we go. That should take care of everybody. Yeah. Is it town from that infrastructure video I put out today? No, actually, this is similar, sort of based on that, but not really. I should have done that. That would have been smart. Oh, man. Yeah, so I do have a bit of a headache now all of a sudden, too. Not that you guys are really tuned in for the B. Squikealhausen Health Hour. But I'm going to message the people who... I'm going to message Paradox and see if I might be able to... wrap some stuff up perhaps a little bit early. Just because I need to get home. I need to get to sleep. I got work tomorrow. And I've ended up streaming for a lot longer than I expected to this weekend. So, we may end up leaving it here. I'm really happy with how this is turning out. There's obviously a lot still to do in this little stream town, but layout looks good. You got to fill all sorts of suburban areas and things. We got to really get our high school built out. And yeah, a lot to stream, a lot to do. So, you know what? I think I am going to call it here. I just need to go get some rest. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully nobody just got here. We're gonna go back to my nice Gramercy B-roll. You can see just how prepared I am because I have B-roll for a different build than this. But hey, I think it looks pretty nice. All right. That's about it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're missing any of the DLC, I'm streaming this as part of the Paradox Publishers Weekend. I think it's still going on right now on Steam. You can get all the DLCs 50% off, except for Park Life, which is 25%. It's a great time to pick up that one or two that you're missing. I've got all of them. I use all of them all the time. I mean, hey, it'd be really nice to actually put a streetcar in, but like I can do that if I have snowfall, and if you don't, then you don't have that. Yeah, anyway, whew, that's a lot. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Had a nice time doing this. I will see you next time.